Ergonomics Jake here to showcase the new Buzzbeam built Adventure Force TetraShot. This is something that has been highly anticipated, and yeah, it's a pretty huge package. Here we go. It is a belt-fed, spring-powered 48-shot capacity blaster that has its 48 shots in a kind of odd way. They are grouped in clusters of 4 on a almost shell-like belt. And being pump action, spring powered, coming in at a price at $24.97. And it's a 100-piece pack. Basically, you got the blaster and the belt, plus 98 darts. Pretty good deal for $24.97. So let's take a look at it. So as we can see, we've got the blaster, the belt, and 98 darts. Let's continue on with the review. Now, coming back to the TetraShot after I've had a chance to spend some time with it here in the workshop, I've linked up the belt, loaded it up, fired a bunch of shots over the chronograph and here in the workshop. You can easily take a fully loaded belt, toss it on, which is nice as it is, and all of the links are detachable, so you could, in theory, if Busby sells another belt, you could extend this on out. Once you have the belt in place, close the hatch. This is a pump-action, spring-powered blaster that, of course, as you can see, is belt-fed. These 4-shot pods, to answer the question that's on everybody's mind, is it a shotgun? Let's prime it. And that is a 1-shot. You then prime it again, fire it again, and again, and again, and then, that's 4 shots, so that pod is emptied. The next prime then rotates the belt and brings the next pod up, and then it's ready to fire. It is a multi-function on that you say the 5th prime, because you got 4 shots and then it rotates, but you fire them all, and then again, the belt will come up. And it is a fairly smooth prime, despite the fact that it's doing 2 functions. It's actually rotating the plunger tube and then the belt on that blaster. And as you see again, smooth as can be. Fire all those shots. And I have gotten it to skip a couple shots here and there. As you can see, even down here there's a dart left, and that's by overcycling it. So you can kind of overload the system. That is something to point out. However, otherwise, this works pretty good, and having a detachable belt that you can take off and reload on the fly here like this, like I got on my table right now, you can easily reload, top off, and then put it back on. I find that to be very nice. The ergonomics of this, let's go ahead and toss this belt back on. I wanted to showcase this, in real time. I just topped off 2 more pods, threw it back on, and I'm ready to fire again. So that's 8 shots topped off. This thing could be very nice for scavenging type games or HVZ. The grips, very comfy. I'm going to absolutely give kudos to Busby on this. This is some of the better grips that they've made ever. This rear grip is just fantastic. Right or left-handed, it suits my hands perfectly, and it's also not large enough to where it would, alienate a small hand. The pump grip, lots of different ways you can grab it. You can actually, it's big enough that my hand fits inside of the notches here. There is a rear notch and a forward notch. That's enough of a nub that you can, put the back of your palm against it. And there's also one on the front that if you're the kind that likes to wrap your fingers around, you can do so. And it works really well. I mean, I have no complaints of either grip. They both are very comfy. There's no jagged edges. It's smooth enough that it's very comfy to hold on to. I can't say that enough. I've already shot a couple hundred rounds through this thing, and I cannot find myself finding a ergonomic complaint of any sort. Now, I look at the back. Could you have a stock? That would have been a nice touch. However, at $25, how many 48 shot blasters do you have that come with, 100 pieces for that 25 bucks? And speaking of performance, this basically matches Nerf's 70 FPS dead on. I fired a bunch of darts through it, and I was getting right at 70.7 as my average. So no, this is not a, say, dart zone level, 100 FPS blaster. This is right comparable to Nerf. And think of what Nerf has to offer in this ballpark of $25 high capacity. I'll wait. Dramatic pause over. They don't really have anything. The Surge Fire was their best shot, and it only held 15, and it had a lot of issues. So the Busby built TetraShot, I've got very little complaint. I will say I have had a skip or two when I'm going really fast. And you might be wondering, does it have slam fire? No. No, it does not. That won't cause an issue, but all it does is cause a dart to flop out. So that's a no. But it does have high capacity, equal to Nerf performance, $25, great ergonomics. Oh, and it does actually have a rail, so I can throw on any of the number of Busby attachments. Now this one does not have a stop like many Busby blasters do, so you can slide it on either way, but also keep in mind it can be bumped off. But it does accept Busby attachments. So, pretty nice. 70 FPS, 48 shot capacity with a belt that I do believe we could easily extend out if Busby sells the extra belts. $25 price range. The only blaster I could really consider myself, personal opinion, would be the Villainator. Is going to be pretty heavy competition for this. But I think Busby's got a hit with the TetraShot. Everybody's going to wish that it could be a shotgun, and with modding, anything is possible. The plunger tube looks like it could be easily modded out, and you could probably do a shotgun mod on this. And I'm going to eventually. I will definitely be doing a shotgun mod on one. Not on this one. I always keep one stock for comparison purposes, but as soon as I can get my hands on a second one, I am absolutely going to make this a belt-fed shotgun with a nice Hydro Dip paint job on it, because I would love to run this. Picture this thing with ammo box on one side and another, and a belt with about quadruple this capacity, and it's firing 4 darts at once. This thing would be an awesome close quarters blaster for major fun. But as it is, it's got high capacity and comparable performance to what you'd expect from Nerf at a $25 price point, where you get 100 items in your package. So you got the blaster, the belt, and 98 darts. That's nice. That's a really nice deal. In a very comfy blaster, which, again, look at the sight doesn't come with it. That's just me adding it on. But I mean, look at the colors. These are bright, cheerful colors to where nobody is going to say this looks like a firearm. So this thing absolutely is fun and high value too. This is Mongoose Jake with my review of the Adventure Force TetraShot, made by Busby Toys and available exclusively at Walmart and Walmart.com. There will be a link in the description of the video. Check that out. And if you like the video, give it a thumbs up. Please feel free to leave a comment about your thoughts on this and what you'd like to see in the future of when I get another one for modding. And if you would, share the video and subscribe if you haven't, if you enjoyed the content. If I've earned that subscription, that is. But again, it's Mongoose Jake saying thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed it.